All right, if you're a customer service representative, you know exactly the kind of calls I'm talking about, the ones about broken appliances. Well, in this explainer, we're going to give you a super simple playbook to turn those chaotic calls into moments of clarity. This is going to make you way more confident and honestly, way more effective at your job. Does that sound a little familiar? Oh yeah, we have all been there. You're trying to follow a story that's a total whirlwind of details, emotions, and of course, a helpful diagnosis from the brother-in-law. It's so easy to get lost in all that. But here's the secret, and it's a good one. Your job isn't to figure all that out. It's actually much, much simpler. Okay, let's get one thing crystal clear right up front because this is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. You are not a technician. I'll say it again. Your job is not to figure out why the appliance is broken. Your mission is something totally different.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll lock in your true mission. Then, we'll dive into how to turn that chaos into clarity. After that, we'll master the art of documentation, learn to decode common complaints, and finally, put it all together so you can be a truly confident call handler.
First up, your mission is not diagnosis. We need to totally shift your focus. You're not a fixer, you're not a troubleshooter. Think of yourself as an expert guide. And believe me, at this stage of the game, that's the most valuable role you can play. This right here, this is how you win. Your success has nothing to do with technical answers. It's about nailing 3 things: clearly understanding the complaint, writing it down in simple language, and then smoothly moving the call toward booking a service call. You're the one who gets the ball rolling in exactly the right direction. Okay, so let's move on. How do we get from chaos to clarity? Well, it all starts with remembering that customers just don't think like technicians. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. Our job is to listen through all the noise to find the simple truth underneath. I mean, let's be real. Customers are stressed. Their fridge is warm. Their washer is leaking all over the floor. So yeah, their story is going to be a little emotional, probably repetitive, and packed with details that don't really matter for the technician, at least not yet. Your superpower is to listen patiently and pull out that one core complaint. And here it is. This is your roadmap for every single call. It's a dead simple 4-step process. 1, listen for that core complaint. 2, simplify the story they're telling you. 3, document that simple complaint. And 4, guide the call toward booking. That's it. That's the whole game. Okay, let's zoom in on step 3, the art of documentation. This is a big one because it's where things can get a little sideways. Getting this right is all about knowing what to write down and, just as important, what to leave out. So, what do you actually need to capture? It really just boils down to these essentials. You need the appliance type and the brand. You need the main complaint put in simple terms like not draining, and then you grab any useful details like leaking from the bottom. That is your entire checklist. Simple, right? Now for the flip side, what we absolutely do not do. The second you write down a phrase like drainage issue or mechanical problem, you've started diagnosing. That's a trap. It adds a layer of guesswork that can be vague or worse, just plain wrong. Stick to the facts. What is the customer actually seeing and hearing? Here's a perfect example. The bad way. Mechanical issue. I mean, what does that even tell the technician? It could be 100 different things. The good way. Making loud noise. Ah, now that is useful. The technician knows exactly what the customer is actually experiencing. It's a symptom, not a guess. See the pattern here? Drainage issue is your interpretation, your diagnosis. Not draining is just the fact. It's what the customer sees. It is so much cleaner, more accurate, and 100 times more helpful. Just describe the problem. Don't try to label the cause. Oh, I love this example. This is a great one. Cooling issue is just way too vague, but freezer cold, fridge warm, that is pure gold for a technician. It's a very specific pattern that tells them a ton. So here's a key takeaway. When a customer gives you a golden nugget of detail like that, you preserve it. Don't simplify it away. All right, let's make this even more practical. We're going to run through some of the most common complaints you'll hear for different appliances. Think of these as the key phrases you're actively listening for in the customer's story. So for refrigerators and dryers, you're going to hear these constantly. And notice how simple they are. Not heating, leaking water, not making ice. These are the bits of info you want to grab onto. It's the exact same deal for washers and dishwashers. A customer might talk for 5 minutes about their soggy clothes and a weird hum. So what are they really saying? They're saying it's not spinning or not draining. That's what you write down. And to round it out, cooking and HVAC units. You know, a customer says, my stove is acting funny. You can ask one clarifying question, and boom, you have burner not igniting. Simple, clear, and absolutely perfect. Okay, let's bring all this home. Because following this process doesn't just make you more effective, it makes you more confident. And trust me, customers can feel that confidence over the phone. So it's a great question, right? Where does that confidence actually come from? For a long time, you might have thought it comes from knowing how to fix an appliance, but that's not it at all. Your real, unshakable confidence? It comes from mastering the process. It's that certainty you feel when you know that no matter how chaotic the story gets, you have a simple, solid framework to listen, document, and guide that call to a successful conclusion. And this is probably the most important takeaway of all. When you let go of that pressure to be a technician and you fully embrace your role as an expert guide, every single call becomes less stressful. You know your job, and you know exactly how to do it well. I want you to make this your new mantra. Maybe even put it on a sticky note at your desk. Understand the complaint, document it simply, move the call forward. This is your entire mission. This is what excellence in your role really looks like. By using this simple playbook, you now have all the tools you need to handle any appliance call that comes your way. You can listen right through the chaos, find that simple clarity, and guide every single customer with the calm, professional confidence of someone who is in complete control of the process. You've got this.